It's our Game 2 press conference featuring the Washington Huskies. Joining us is head coach Heather Tarr, Tristan Melhart, Gabby Plain, Sis Bates, and Taryn Alvello. Coach, we'll get to the pitching, I'm sure. I want to talk a little bit about Tristan and her performance today. She kind of punched all the stats. So she drew that leadoff walk with a great at-bat. Made a really nifty slide to break the ice and get that first run across, and then obviously made the game-saving catch in right field. You talk a little bit about her performance.
Tristan's a player that's been in our program for 4 years, and she's waited for this time to be able to make these types of things happen. We weren't finding ways to score, and we were going to have to be dynamic probably in the way in which we were going to score runs, and Tristan's the one that started that all. She had that great leadoff on, and then found a way to use her speed to be able to get that run in. And then made a pretty dang good catch in the outfield.
Questions for Coach of the student athletes, please?
Yeah, Marin Angus behind the plate. Coach, on your eliteness scale of 1 to 10, how elite was your defense today?
Yeah, we pride ourselves in our defense, and we're pretty lucky to have, these types of players that can come to Washington and do things. Sis Bates, obviously, kind of leads the way there. We only had 3 strikeouts, defensively, so we were going to have to make several outs via, defense. And they were all together, as always, and they're a fun team to watch. It was a great game today on defense. It was pretty elite.
Coach, and I'll throw this to Gabby as well, you guys did what nobody, it seemed, could do in regional or super regional play and hold their offense down. And obviously your defense was part of it, but they could just never get anything going. What did you guys talk about? What did you guys see out of them that helped you have that goose egg up there?
Let's start with Gabby on this one.
I guess we just talked about throwing good pitches, making sure they were hitting the spots that I wanted them to hit and that Glass wanted them to hit, and then trusting that the defense behind me would have my back. We obviously watched some footage on the hitters, but that wasn't really what it was about. It was just going out there and throwing the same pitches to all hitters because any one of them could have gotten that winning run. So, yeah.
Coach?
Obviously, at this point in time, it's not so much about the other team, it's about us and how do we compete, how are we staying pitch to pitch. I mean, obviously, playing a team that has their home crowd behind them, that's hard. We got to be on the other side of that for the last 2 weeks. So to be on that side of it this time, that was hard. What a great team. They put the ball in play, and like Gabby said, you're only 1 pitch away from damage. So I guess great job on our part being able to hold that team down on their offense.
Tristan, the catch. First of all, where does it rank on your catch scale on great catches you've made? And did you think that you had a chance to be able to get it? And when you came up, did you think you made the catch? Obviously, some people didn't think so.
I would say that ranks in the top 10 of great catches I've ever made. And in that moment, I felt like I had it, so I went for it, and I did catch it. When I got up, people were still running, and I was like, I was on the transfer, and so I just threw it in all nonchalant, and it worked out for us, and they saw what I felt, so that was good.
Taryn, Katie Barnes, ESPNW. Hi. You were asked to do something a little tough today as far as coming in and protecting a lead. So what was going through your mind when you were taking the mound so late in the game?
Coming in at any moment in the game is tough, whether that be in starting the game or, halfway through where it's the last inning. I was solely going in to keep that 0 up there. And, if I gave up a few hits, I gave up a few hits, but it was all about keeping them from scoring. I was going to try to protect Gabby's, good game that she was doing, and we work as a team all together. I mean, Sis made some unbelievable stops, and I kind of was like, okay, whatever, those are good hits, but Sis catches her stops and then helped me, proceed to, keep my cool, do what I needed to do to execute the next pitch.
Mark Allister, Fast Pitch News. This is for Gabby. There's a lot of talk when you get to this stage of how much experience matters. So you're obviously, first time here. So what were your emotions like in maybe the hour before the game and then in that first inning?
There was definitely nerves, of course, with any big game. But nerves are healthy, I think. It keeps you on your toes. So I was just going out there thinking it was just like any other game. We'd played some excellent oppositions previously, so it was just go out there, throw the same game that I've been throwing, have the same team backing me up, which was definitely necessary. So, yeah.
Hey, Gabby, by my count, you only saw 2 batters that you pitched 6 or more pitches, and that was Jocelyn. Both of those were 6 and 7, and I think. So you didn't get into high counts with a lot of batters. How important was that? Was that just you throwing your game, or were you trying to tempt them to use your defense?
I think it was a bit of both. Keeping on top of what I throw, making sure that they were hitting good spots so that it could, again, tempt them. If they hit it to one of the fielders, that was just an added bonus. Yeah, she's definitely a very good batter. I was definitely on my toes around her, trying to keep her from getting that one big hit that I knew she could have done. So I'm just glad that it all worked out.
It's for Coach. You've had shortstops in the past who have been great defenders who were fairly stoic. They didn't have that great expression and personality on the field. Obviously, you have Sis now a little bit different. How much a part of what makes her special defensively is that personality, is her ability to express herself out on the field?
Mm-hmm. Sis is a player that brings energy, as does Taylor Van Zee, and Taryn does too. Gabby's kind of just like this sponge that absorbs it all. But I think just, she had a chance to watch Jen Salling for one whole season. Obviously, growing up, she's watched our program play just in terms of just defense ability. But her energy is unmatched, and we rally behind it. It gives us confidence, and it definitely helps us, keep the door shut a lot of times on other teams.
Coach Tar, John McKelvey with the Norman Transcript. Was there anything you did to get ready for Paige Lowry? Because you guys she came in, and you guys were really aggressive, and you guys got a lot of bunts down in the right places. So I just wonder if there was anything you did to try and get her timing down.
Yeah, obviously they have a great pitching staff that you're going to have to deal with, potentially, both of them in one game, and they're great pitchers. I just think you have to be ready. This wasn't a try. We weren't going to try to do this game. We were going to play this game and execute how we need to execute, and that was really our mission. It wasn't so much like, we have, to face a lefty that throws 74 and we have to mimic that. We don't have that. But just our mindset of this is a game and we have to be ready to play it. We can't think that there's another tomorrow.
For Sis and Coach, you have Oregon tomorrow, team that you faced before. Just what do you need to see out of your team to be able to keep this going and advancing?
Let's start with Sis.
Yeah, we were talking about that, next pitch, we had this win, but next pitch, we got Oregon tomorrow. Just playing together and playing for each other, playing Husky softball, doing us. I think that's the main thing that we're focused on right now is playing Husky softball.
Coach?
We haven't beat them yet this year. So, we got to play our game. And, yeah, we have to play Husky softball. But we know that we haven't beat them this year.
Clay Horning, Norman Transcript. Tristan, I'm going to ask you about the catch, but I thought it was a catch myself, but I'm going to preface it with that. But it seemed like you didn't control the ball until you had your bare hand with the ball, and as you got up, you were trying to put it back in your glove, and maybe it came out. So it was sort of an opposite transfer than usually takes place. Do you remember any of it?
Honestly, it was a blur, but I felt like I caught it initially, and I think that's all that matters. And then when I was trying to get up, it's kind of hot out of there, if you didn't notice, and my hands were slippery. So, things are going to happen, but it worked out for us, so that's all that matters.
Coach, Travis Tyke with KMTR TV in Eugene, talking about Oregon and that series that was up in Seattle. What makes this team dangerous? You're obviously very familiar. Do you even need to take the time to scout this team before tomorrow's game?
You do your homework throughout the year, and you got to be ready to execute. That's really what it comes down to. So for us, it's more, again, like I said earlier, it's about how we play. It's about how we execute for ourselves. And, that's who's going to win the game, is the team that plays the best.
Coach Tar. Hi. Why did you decide to make the switch between Gabby and Taryn in the 6th?
Yeah, we consulted, and we knew Taryn was ready. And, if it meant that Taryn was going to come in and shut down that inning, and maybe Gabby matched up in a situation, they were both ready. So I think the game presented itself to make that change, and was happy it worked out for us. And Taryn did a great job.
And for Taryn and Gabby, again, going back to Oregon, as the pitching staff, getting a chance to attack this offense right now that's put up 22 runs in its last 10, 11 innings. Is this kind of a revenge, kind of tour for you guys at all, or do you like that you get the second chance?
Let's start with Taryn.
I feel like coming into postseason, it's like a whole different season. You take what happened in the past and you digest it as you may, and we're a different team, they're a different team. And how we go out there tomorrow is, we focus so much on the next pitch. You can't look back, you can't get too stuck in the past. And I think that's what makes us as successful as we are, is because we're able to look past the hardship and the obstacles that come in our way, and it pulls us together as a team. And, what happened then is ultimately, I think, why we have as much fight as we do now.
Gabby?
Pretty much the same thing. We're going to attack them as best we can. Go for the outs, whether that's with strikeouts or using our field behind us. We're just going to keep doing what we do, because that's all we can do. We can't really change anything at this point. They're still the same batters. We're still the same pitchers. That's not only a benefit for them, but it's a benefit for us, because we also know them as well as they know us. So we can only do what we can do.
For Sis. Hey. Hi. There's been a lot of talk about how the pitchers have great defense. You've also got great pitchers as a great defender. So what's it like, playing behind such great pitching staff?
Yeah, our pitching staff is awesome this year. I love playing behind them. I love playing with the defense. It's so fun to play behind them. Their energy, it's awesome playing behind these two. Yeah, that's really it. It's fun. It's fun on the field.
Coach, do you have any idea who you're going to throw tomorrow?
If I did, I probably wouldn't tell you. So
that's okay. Mike White didn't tell me earlier either, so it's fair.
No.
Any more questions? All right, thank you. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.